Hello and welcome to our YouTube video today. In this video, we'll be discussing the possibility of the United States providing F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine to support its ongoing conflict with Russia. As you may know, Ukraine has been involved in a war with Russia since 2014, when Russia annexed Crimea and began supporting separatist rebels in eastern Ukraine. The conflict has resulted in thousands of deaths and significant damage to infrastructure in the region. Then last year, February 24, 2022, Russia began its invasion in Ukraine. The United States and NATO countries has been providing military aid to Ukraine since the conflict began, including weapons, training, and other forms of support. However, there has been speculation in recent months that the US may provide more significant military support to Ukraine, including the possibility of F-16 fighter jets. The F-16 issue was part of a larger debate about how the war should be conducted and what Kiev needs to succeed in its plans to go on the offensive and blunt Russian offensives across hundreds of miles of front lines. Ukraine requires longer-range missiles to allow its forces to strike Russian positions from a greater distance, putting headquarters and rear supply lines at risk and aiding in the disruption of the Russian war machine within Ukraine. National security officials have stated that they have not ruled out sending fighter planes in the future, but that air defenses are the most pressing current need. Ukrainians want to use the warplane to strike Russian air defense systems from afar, allowing other aircraft and drones to operate more freely across the country, particularly in the east and south, where fighting is concentrated. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has long advocated for fighter jets, claiming that Ukrainian pilots are capable of training on Western-made aircraft and controlling the skies despite Russia's air defenses. However, President Joe Biden and some European leaders have so far rejected that request, citing the importance of tanks and artillery in the current phase of the war. The British government promised to train Ukrainian pilots on NATO standard aircraft but did not specify when or if those planes would be sent east. So, will the US finally give F-16 to Ukraine against its war in Russia? The answer is not clear as of this time. While the Biden administration has been vocal about its support for Ukraine and its efforts to counter Russian aggression, there are several factors that may impact the decision to provide F-16s. Firstly, the US is already facing significant tensions with Russia on multiple fronts, including issues related to cyber attacks, election interference, and human rights violations. Providing advanced military equipment to Ukraine could further escalate these tensions and potentially lead to a more significant conflict. Secondly, there are concerns about the capabilities of the Ukrainian military to effectively operate advanced fighter jets like the F-16. According to some report, 2 Ukraine Air Force pilots are now undergoing test and evaluation in the US. While the Ukrainian military has been receiving training and support from the US and other countries, it may still take some time for them to fully integrate and utilize this technology, especially a more sophisticated F-16. A senior U.S. official stated that an Air Force pilot need at least 18 months training to fully maximize the effectiveness of an F-16. Lastly, the decision to provide F-16s to Ukraine would also depend on the U.S. Congress, which has the power to approve or reject such requests. While there is support for increased military aid to Ukraine in Congress, there may also be opposition from some members who are concerned about further escalating tensions with Russia. In conclusion, while the possibility of the U.S. providing F-16s to Ukraine to support its conflict with Russia has been discussed, it is not a guaranteed outcome. The decision will depend on various factors, including the ongoing situation in Ukraine, U.S.-Russia relations, and the capabilities of the Ukrainian military. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.